this job bad. This place has been kicked, it's been battered, it's been bruised, and I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. Knock us down, we're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up, and then it's going to...
We the Detroit Lions. We the Detroit Lions. Stop playing with us.
Come on. Y'all give me a chance to showcase what I can do when they try to bury me, dog. But they can't bury what comes from the dirt.
They brought first down. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Jared Goff delivers a Detroit. Stand up. You waited for this. The Lions won again, bitch. You know the Lions won again.
I wanted this job.
What up, go Lions? How are you doing, MCBK family? This is episode 6, and it's officially almost summer. What up, Hesser and Scotty?
Producer Tim, how we doing, baby?
What's up, boys?
Scotty coming to us live from the East Coast.
On the East Coast, a little work trip out in Princeton, New Jersey. Enjoyed a very nice night out on campus. Beautiful place, Ivy League. If you've never been, highly recommend. Saw Detroit Piston Javonte Green at the airport, DTW, this morning. Also saw your brother-in-law, Pat Burns. Enjoyed a nice little meet-up handshake in the security line. So JD, it was nice to see DJ Patty B.
Let's go, Patty B. Shout out. Hopefully he tunes into this.
His first thing he says to me, he goes, "Oh, you're traveling for the ball knowers." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually we're recording tonight." So
that's right.
That's factual. So coming at you live from a Holiday Inn in Princeton, New Jersey.
Shout out Princeton Lax in the Final Four this weekend, taking on Duke. We got Princeton, Duke, and Notre Dame. Who's Notre Dame playing? Syracuse. Notre Dame.
Shout out Jasper. Can't forget about the orange.
Shout out P-Rock. Big Syracuse guy too. Big Syracuse guy.
I want to shout out Hesser and Scott because we shout out a lot of people who are listeners, but I don't think you two, our hosts, have gotten a shout out yet. You guys are doing a great job. It's your 6th episode. How does that feel?
It's fun, dude. It's fun. It's fun talking ball with you guys and talking about our squad and putting this thing into motion after talking about doing it for months, putting our heads together and talking it up. So this is the quiet part of the season. You know, we're in the off season and we're marching on. Like we said last episode, I think the NFL knows how to just own every month of the year, essentially. And this month is no different with the schedule release.
They make an event out of everything. You don't have to, like, this whole nonsense of like, oh, we're going to leak game by game. Like last week was ridiculous with like Wednesday and Thursday, they release one game here, one game there. And then there's other like publications that maybe like they have an unconfirmed leak of this game. And then it's like, you have it like midway through Thursday, you've got like 8 out of the 17 games like pieced together. So then you can start like filling in other gaps in the puzzle. It's like, it's kind of obnoxious because it's not even an actual thing that anyone's like tuning in for like viewer. Like there's no viewership like goal to be made there for the NFL. It's just kind of obnoxious. Like it's just release the damn schedule. Just
don't lie. You love it. You love all.
I do. You're right, Tim. You're right. But no, it's great to be here. Episode 6. It's fun. It's been a ton of fun bringing a proof of concept to something that we've been talking about for such a long time. We do these, like we said, we do these voice notes, talking ball in the group chat, just drowning our buddies' ears out of just content, line stuff. And it's nice to consolidate it, put it on here for everybody, put it on YouTube, Apple Podcast. Spotify. Speaking of that, please like and subscribe. Keep giving us those numbers. We want to be humming big time numbers by season starting. And hey, we've got a schedule to look at. We're less than what, like 100 days out, something like that, maybe 110 days.
No way.
Yeah, I'd say less than 4 months, right? So
that's exciting.
We still, regardless of when these games are being played, where they're being played, what time they're being played at, We still do have one of the easier schedules on paper, which matters a lot. It really does. We've talked about the Patriots a bit on this podcast, benefiting from that last year and making a run. The Bears, I would say, benefited from a fourth place divisional schedule, which
And what was their turnover? What was their turnover margin? I benefited
a
from
lot.
that too.
Plus, I don't know. I don't even know, but a lot. I think they benefited from the most missed field goals in the league as well. Whatever.
Piper's coming. It's coming due for them this year. Some regression, a harder schedule. The luck isn't going to be there. So
this is not a Bears. This is not a Bears.
Not a Bears. Not a Bears podcast.
I think let's appreciate the schedule, because there are going to be some tough stretches as there will be in any schedule. It's not going to be cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
No cupcakes.
It's the NFL. It is the NFL.
No, any given Sunday.
There's
any given Sunday.
zero.
That's been a saying for decades now, and for good reason. Anything can happen, no matter who you're playing, when you're playing them, where you're playing them. I would like to say, Jay, you said, by a lot of metrics, top 5 schedule. Warren Sharp, the big, he's the big strength of schedule guy. He has the Lions as number one, the easiest strength of schedule this year, and he's kind of he's got the full analytics package. I don't know exactly what the inputs are.
I know
that, but
a big part of it is based off of win projections for this year, so it doesn't have much to do with last year's schedule, because there's so much change year over year in the NFL. The momentum doesn't carry over. We see teams go from worst to first and first to worst. We were that. So I like that, Scott, that Sharp does has up. And hey, I'm not going to apologize for having a quote unquote easy schedule, because
we earned it. We finished 4th. We earned the 4th place.
Yeah, and listen, man, last year everyone was freaking out about how difficult the schedule was, and it was, and that was also one that we earned by winning the division the year before. So this is kind of how it goes, and this is how the NFL is able to, do what they do year in and year out.
They create their system, their structure is just fosters parity, right? And
100%.
that's exactly what they aim to do, and they succeed at doing very well. So with that being said, for our YouTube viewers, our visual learners, let's get the schedule up on the screen here, and let's start diving into it. We can maybe start with a few macro, just kind of high level takeaways, just hey, immediate reaction, and then we're gonna go game by game, week 1 through week 17. We'll talk about that week 6 bye, which one of the trigger moments for me. I don't like a week 6 bye. I don't think any of us should.
I think that's fair. That sucks. That sucks.
It's ridiculous. And I have thoughts, and I have ideas and solutions for what the league should do regards to that. I guess I'll just get into that now while we wait for the schedule to come up. But
I was gonna do a little intro.
Oh, Tim, get us going. Give us the intro. I'll save my.
The fans want more Tim.
Hesser, Scotty, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Are you ready for the drum roll bongos? Your 2026 Detroit Lions schedule is now on the screen.
Bam.
Boom.
Boom.
It's beautiful. Beautiful schedule.
Oh, we've got the central. I love it. You got the central time kickoffs. That's great.
Question for you guys. What's the best time zone for consuming NFL games, would you say?
Ooh, Crisco Barzi says Honolulu, because he gets to wake up at 6 a.m. and literally watch football all day. You wake up, hit the cafe, and you're watching football. But I like Central. I like Central because you get that noon start. You have your morning, and then noon. And then I like it because you don't have to go to bed as late. You know? Yeah.
Tim, Crisco Barzi is a little misguided. Does he realize the NFL schedule does not start at 6 a.m. local Honolulu time? Most weeks now it's starting at 2:30 a.m.
Oh,
local Honolulu time. We've got international games more often than not now. So
That's
That's
true.
awesome. So finish up at the bars and then you flip
yeah,
the game on
just
and then
don't
doze
sleep.
off for a few hours and then get back to wake up in NFL.
I think
Yeah, it's
Barzy's onto something with that. You watch ball 6 a.m. to 1 or
Noon.
2, and then
Yeah.
and then you're hanging the rest of the day.
Right. I just had to throw in that Honolulu hot take.
No, I love it.
Pacific would be pretty sick too. 10 a.m. kickoff. You're done by 9.
I'll say I'm a night hawk, guys. You know me. I stay up late. It's hard for me to wake up early in the morning. Although I've gotten just into adulthood, you just kind of have to wake up early. So I've more naturally started to do that. But I think Central's the sweet spot. I think Central's the sweet spot where you get the extra hour to, start the morning off, and it doesn't bleed into the night too late where Sunday Night Football ends at 10:30. I think my answer would be Central Time.
Maybe it's the elusive Mountain Time and the Denver Bronco fans. Not many people benefit from
the
that.
The least populated time zone in the major 4 time zones of the U.S.
Maybe we got to move out to Idaho and
that could be it.
Yeah,
let's do some Idaho, some New Mexico, get on some Taos behavior.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we don't
see
need
what's
that.
good. Okay, so let's we're gonna go game by game here. I do want to start just by immediate reaction. So this is hot off the press. This just it was just revealed a few days ago, right? We're still kind of figuring things out, but on Thursday, I want to bring up 2 major things that stuck out to me. So I guess 3. One is the week 6 bye. I hate it. The Lions, for whatever reason, I don't know who decides this, or if we request it or if we don't. Why are we always the latest we've ever had a bye is week 9, and teams get byes in week 11. I know week 12 they have Thanksgiving, whatever, but teams have byes in week 13, week 14. A later season bye is so much better because the bodies are so much more banged up, tired, run down. A week 6 bye is almost meaningless. You're hardly even in getting going. You're just getting into a groove at that point once the season starts. And I swear to God, the Lions, for at least in my recent memory, it's been week 6. We've had a week 5 bye, I'm pretty sure. Week 6, week 7. I think the latest we've had is week 9. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm looking it up.
Well, I was going to say maybe the fantasy owners really need St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs towards their playoff push.
But
all right, so
that's a whole other.
Going back to 2021, week 9, 2022, week 6, 2023, week 9, 2024, week 5, 2025, week 8.
You're on to something.
Okay,
We're first half bye, guys.
That's 6 years of sample there. I know we have the Thanksgiving situation we always host Thanksgiving, and I don't know why we can't have a bye. I assume they don't want us to have a bye before or after that. So I have a solution to the whole early season, late season bye thing. And I saw this, I don't know who put it on Twitter, but I saw this and I thought it was a great idea. There should be a week 9 and a week 10 bye where they put 16 teams on bye in week 9 and the other 16 teams on bye in week 10. And it's even level playing field for everybody. Right?
It never happened. Dude, never happened with the TV networks. I know you don't care. I don't care, but that will
still get 8 games. You can still get 8 games. I don't see what that's a problem.
It's a good idea.
Get 8 games per week.
8 games instead of 12.
But you still get the island games. You'll get a Thursday night game. You'll get a Sunday night game.
I love the idea, but it will never happen.
There's no reason why it shouldn't, and I just think in terms of wanting to create
money,
the NFL,
bro.
we give the NFL flowers for wanting to create a parity, a level playing field.
Money.
I don't think it cost them. I don't think it cost them that much money though. That's the problem. I don't think it cost them anything.
You don't know advertising then, dog. It's the amount of money. The amount of money. Sorry, Scott. No disrespect. That was a shot.
Hardo.
I have advertising Hardo right here. Shout out Team Up Marketing Solutions. If you need help with your marketing, let me know. But the amount of money that they make off advertising alone across these networks is gross. So they're not gonna the way that they spread these buys out, so it's minimal teams missing games so that they can have the most amount of games possible that week. It's the same reason why they're doing all these international games. They just announced they're going to expand from 8 to 10 next year. So they're
going to keep they're going to keep doing that.
They're obviously making a ton of money off these international games. So it's the
All
same
right.
thing. No one likes them. Like,
yeah,
it makes no sense. It's like a cool thing to do as a fan. We'll talk about that in a little bit with this New England game. But I mean, a lot of things the NFL does, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
And it's about money.
Fair enough. And I'll give the caveat that I don't have the wherewithal, the knowledge of advertising to necessarily get it. At the same time, there's all sorts of things I'm sure that, again, relates back to money and advertising. This is just another side thing. I'm so sick of the spread of they'll put 8 1 p.m. games and then 3 4 o'clock games. That's the worst. They need to spread that out. They need to fucking spread that out. It bothers me when I'm watching Red Zone at 4 p.m. I cannot stand when it gets stuck on Raiders versus Cardinals and there's no other thing for them to put on because there's only 3 games playing. It's the worst. It's the worst. Okay, so that was takeaway number 1, the week 6 bye. I hate it. Takeaway number 2. I do not like the final 3 out of 4 games divisional on the road. Minnesota week 15, and then you've got at Chicago, at Green Bay. I think that's bullshit. Like, that's basically stacking the deck. Again, we acknowledge the schedule is as easy as it can come in terms of just all 17 games. But I swear to God, the NFL rigged this or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to say rigged, but like they stacked the deck as hard as they possibly could. Like, oh, the Lions have the easiest schedule. Well, we better do whatever we can to like make it as hard as possible. I think has that ever happened where a team faces their 3 divisional opponents on the road in the final 4 games? I think that's absurd. That's absurd. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to question your knowledge.
In cold weather. Jared Goff struggles in cold weather. God forbid we get to play Green Bay or Chicago in October or September.
I don't want to get into that one because that's gonna send us into a different stratosphere.
Hey, I'll say a happy thought. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater is playing in Green Bay.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be lovely? Because that would probably mean we're on to a high seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, Jared Goff's on rest. You're right.
Yep.
You're. You know what? We're gonna give Luke Altmaier some reps too. We'll give him a couple shots, and then 3. And I'm actually tacking on a 4th. I'll be quick with these ones. 3. We play 4 night games, whether it's NBC, Prime Video, Thursday night, Monday Night Football. We play 4. I apologize. We play 4 of those games. 3 of them are on the road. I don't like that. That should be at least an even spread, 2 and 2. We play at Carolina, at Minnesota, and then at Buffalo Thursday night, and then just the only one at home versus the Giants. And then the 4th one, this is kind of maybe nitpicking. So we face, I think, 5 first-time head coaches. One of them being Arizona, who's going to be the worst team in the league this year, and that's in week 5. The remaining 4 all come in week 9 or later, which I'll read them through. It's Miami with Jeff Hafley, Atlanta, Kevin Stefanski, Tennessee, Robert Saleh, and then New York with John Harbaugh. All of them are in the second half of the season, and that gives those teams the chance to kind of gel, get things going, figure out, we have a new regime, new coach. It allows them to kind of like formulate and figure out their stuff. I would rather face those teams with new coaching staffs early in the season, and it's fucking bullshit that we're facing them later in the season. I know it's, again, nitpicking, but I like to complain. I'm something that I'm good at. That's why it's something that I'm skilled at. I like to complain, and that's something I'm going to complain about.
All right.
But I think it's relevant. I do think it's relevant.
I love Scotty complaints.
It's the best. You bring up you do bring up a lot of good points. I do think that for having the easiest schedule in the league per Warren Sharp, the way that it is set up, there are some difficult stretches for sure. So here's what I look at. You know, I look at that week 6 bye. You got to be 5-1 going into that bye. You got to beat New Orleans. You got to beat New York. You got to beat Arizona, and then you got to beat one of Buffalo and Carolina. I actually think we're gonna beat the Bills. I think about that Baltimore Monday night game from this past season, how it was so daunting and no one expected us to win that game. And we I think that was actually the best game that we played all season on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see something similar there. I think we're going to spoil that party of the new stadium. So 5-1 at least going into
4-1. 4-1.
4-1. My bad. 4-1. And then so the week 6 bye, Scott, I'm with you 100%. I don't like that at all.
The NFL should institute a minimum, like the first week of bye should be like week 8. Like week 5 and 6 is stupid.
But
spread it how you want.
Here's where I'm going. I'm going glass half full, Mr. Happy Boy. Coming out of the bye, we get Green Bay at home, Minnesota at home. We get 2 massive games coming out of the bye at home, which is huge. Like that is those 2 games. Obviously, they're division games. Every division game is big, but you have potential to really set yourself up for a back half that is, I think, more difficult than the front half. So let's just say best case scenario, you win those 2, you're 6-1, you're in the driver's seat of the NFC North. I think you go to Miami and win. And then I look to that New England, Tampa, Chicago stretch as the pivotal 3-game stretch of the season. So that's where the way that the season ends with the 3 out of 4 on the road against divisional opponents is tough. I'm with Tim. I'm hoping that Green Bay game is irrelevant for us for all the right reasons. New England in Germany is, we've kind of thrown shots at New England, I'd say, in this pod more than giving them their flowers, but
their coach is an adult. Their coach is an adulterer at best. He may have children out of wedlock.
That could be that. Who knows? That could be a first.
Is he coaching their team by that point?
I want to applaud
if we get a
Motor
paternity,
City Ball Knowers for.
Test.
Oh, I want to hear this take, Scott. But I want to applaud us. This is our first Vrabel take.
Yeah, if we get a paternity test that shows that he fathers those children, I feel like that's the line that's crossed where it's like actually maybe we can fire him. Other than that, if you cheat on your wife, I don't think it's worth. It's bad. I by no means am defending that.
Watch what you say here.
Yeah.
Shout out my fiance. I would never.
Yes, you have an amazing fiance.
I do.
Shout out Hannah. But
huge supporter of Motor City Ball Knowers. Thank you, Hannah.
Huge supporter.
That New England game is tough. You're going to Germany. There's all the travel, blah, blah, blah. These guys are professionals. Figure it out. And then Tampa, off of that Germany trip, Tampa always plays us tough. Like, Todd Bowles always seems to have a good game plan for us. They play physical style of ball. They have a lot of new faces.
Want to bring up one thing. They're coming off their bye. We're traveling back from Germany, and then they're coming off of a full 2 weeks of rest.
They're coming off their bye, so that's tough. And then you get
Thanksgiving.
You get Thanksgiving with Benedict Arnold Johnson coming back to town. Who may I remind everyone, Dan Campbell is undefeated against Ben Johnson.
That's true. Can I bring up one thing? I know you brought
up. Well, I got one more. Just this interesting. It means nothing, but 3 straight CBS broadcasts. Tampa, Chicago, Atlanta.
Yeah.
We usually don't get the CBS team, so I'm looking forward to. I like the CBS.
Clean. It's a clean production.
It's like when the Lions weren't good and we got a CBS game, it was like, oh, this is big. Yeah. We got Channel 62. We got the big one this week.
I like their music. I like their music more than Fox's, and like just their visuals. I like CBS a little bit more than
Fox
Fox.
is a little like it's a little like
Gimmicky.
it's like a cartoon. It's like
Literally literal cartoons.
Yeah, like
they have those
literally.
like action figure like guys. It's like stupid. It's just
CBS is classy.
Yep, exactly.
A
JD,
classy production.
speaking my language. I should have brought this up early, and I don't know how I even neglected this, but point number 5 for me, and this is actually more important than probably any of the other ones. Maybe the 3 out of the 4 divisional road games at the end is right up there with it. But facing New England, giving up the Ford Field game that would have been a home game versus New England, giving that up and going to Germany, I hate that because New England was one of the only tough opponents that we had at home outside of our division. The NFC North is tough regardless. We have, as you can see, New Orleans, the Jets, the Bucks. You've got Tennessee, and the Giants. I would have rather have faced any of those teams giving up a Ford Field home field advantage than New England. And I find that really annoying too. Again, like I said, the NFL saw the Lions have too easy of a schedule. We got to figure out how to stack the deck where we can. And that's what they did. They chose, of course we'll give them New England. They can't face New England, the reigning runner-up Super Bowl appearance, New England Patriots. We can't let them face them at Ford Field.
Well, good news, Lions fans. I will announce now that I will be in Munich for the game.
Hit the cheer, yeah.
Oh. I will be in Munich. I will ensure that we come back with a dub. I am going with my cousins, the Borio Bros, the legendary Borio Bros, massive Lions fans who will be on this podcast at some point. We're stoked. We're flying out Thursday night, landing Friday morning, quick layover in Amsterdam, hop on the jet to Munich, see the town, have a day Friday, have a day Saturday, get after it Sunday, come home Monday.
That'll be amazing.
Bring home a win. Bring home a win.
Is that your first time to Germany?
It is not. I've been to Germany. I've been to Berlin. So excited to see a new part of it. That's
Munich.
Hess is very, very German lineage. So it'll be cool to see a new part of the land that my family came from.
Very cool.
Shall we go game by game and do a quick just rapid fire on where we stand? Just quick kind of thoughts on each team.
Why don't we go every other just to keep it sharp? I'll let you start us off.
Yeah, guys, I'll officiate and we'll give you about 45 seconds apiece.
All right.
Great. Tim, if we're going too long.
And I want to ask you at the end, initial gut, win or loss.
Perfect. So I'll kick us off with New Orleans. I'll rip it off. So home game, week 1, 1:00 or 12 noon Central, versus the Saints. So I think Tyler Shuck showed a lot of promise in 2025. Kellen Moore is a good coach. They play very fast to get a ton of snaps in on offense. By far, like the fastest team. So that'll pose a challenge for our defense. No Brian Branch out there. Brandon Staley is their defensive coordinator. He is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. Not a good head coach, but a great defensive coordinator. It's going to be a tougher game than we think. To answer your question, Tim, if you think it's rapid fire, the answer yes or no, it's a win. It has to be a win. You cannot.
The Lions won again, bitch. You know the Lions won again.
It's a win. You have to win that game. Protect home field. Week 1. No excuses. But it's going to be a tougher game. The Saints are not terrible.
I'm excited to see us play the Saints. It's always a fun game. I saw the Lions play in New Orleans a few years ago. By the time I took my seat, we were up 3 touchdowns.
That was a fun game.
Yes, it was.
The one it was in the Superdome, right?
Yes. Nice. Very fun. Thank you so right now we're 1-0. Hesser, Buffalo.
All right, so everyone knows about the Bills. I don't need to go into them. I feel like they're one of the darlings. Josh Allen is incredible. He carved us up at Ford Field last time we played that. I was at that game. Total buzzkill, great atmosphere, and he had about the best performance you could ever have as a quarterback. So obviously that's a tough matchup. It's the first game in their new stadium. Will be a ton of hype, ton of excitement. Bills fans are awesome. But I did say I think we win this game, and I'm going to stick to my guns. I think we spoil the party. I think it's going to be an awesome game. I think it's going to be an offensive shootout, and I think we get the dub. So we're 2-0.
Bet the over. Bet the over.
Bet the over.
I don't see us stopping them much there, especially Brian Branch won't be back yet. We saw what they did to us 2 years ago. But yeah, if their defense should be weak. So I love it.
All right.
2-0.
We're 2-0. We're going to New York. New York's coming to Detroit.
The New York Jets come to New York, or come to Ford Field. The New York Jets come to Ford Field. We've got Aaron Glenn, homecoming. Welcome back, AG. This will be a win. Geno Smith, for whatever reason, does have his way with the Lions. For every time he plays us, I swear he goes for like 350 yards and like 3 touchdowns. Maybe he does that again. Hopefully not. Although I do think the Jets, with a new tight end, Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper Jr., their offense could be dangerous, and they actually have some pieces on defense. So I view the Jets as a team where I'm glad to face them in week 3, because I think they're going to kind of, if Aaron Glenn has them right, I think they're going to be on the ascension and be better down the stretch once they kind of gel. But I'm glad to have them week 3. It's a win. We'll win by 10.
The Lions won again.
3-0.
Okay, 3-0, man. And I know Aaron Glenn's gonna want to win that, but it ain't gonna happen. Sorry, AG. All right, we're moving. We're hitting the road. Going to Carolina. Hesser, we're 3-0. Take it away.
Yeah, this game spooks me, man. I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those just NFL games that things don't go our way. Rowdy crowd down in, I think they play it there in Charlotte, and I'm sure it'll be a blackout. They do that blackout, and Carolina won a bad NFC South. They have some pieces I like. Their defense is sneaky, not bad, and I just see this. I honestly kind of see this game being like the Texans game of a few years ago, the Sunday night game where Goff threw 5 picks that we had no business winning, and we won, except I don't think we come back and win this one. So I gave us the Buffalo dub. I'm going to say this is our first loss of the season, and it's just kind of like a wonky. I know. I'm feeling a wonky, weird Sunday night game in Charlotte that the ball doesn't bounce our way.
You're not going to win them all. So sadly, we get humbled in week 4, 3-1 against the Panthers. I did like it following Chuba Hubbard this year.
Yeah,
so,
Chuba's dope.
Yeah.
Jonathan Brooks is back after a second knee injury, so he could be in that backfield and providing an impact as well. But yeah, I see splitting those games. Honestly, that's a win. I view that as a win. If we can split Buffalo and Carolina, I'm totally content, whatever way that goes. So we'll move to Arizona. Another road game out west, out in Glendale. The State Farm Stadium, I believe, is still the corporate sponsorship. That's a win. That's the worst team in the league. Jacoby Brissett is holding out right now, which I don't know. He's like not showing up to their mini like OTAs.
Good for him. Good for
him. He deserves a pay raise. I agree.
Yeah.
He balled out for them last year. So who knows? Maybe Carson Beck is lining up under center for the Arizona Cardinals. It's the worst team in the league. They drafted a running back at number 3 overall, and they have the highest paid running back room in the entire league while having the worst roster, definitely the worst defense in the league. They're paying Jeremiah Love, Tyler Algier, James Conner. The most amount of money in the entire league at the running back position is be allocated for the Arizona Cardinals with the worst roster in the league. It's a win. It's a trouncing 3-score win, 21 margin. I think we put up 45. We give them, they score a garbage time touchdown, 45-24.
The Lions won again.
And that's Petzig's going home.
Petzing goes
Yes.
home. It's a personal. That is and we have the bye right coming up. This stupid fucking week 6 bye. The team's ready. They're motivated. They want to get off. Head to Cancun, do whatever they want to do, and enjoy their bye week coming off a win. That's the easiest win on the schedule. Mark it down in pen right now.
That's also a big Lions like road game destination. It always seems like I expect it to be close to 50-50 in terms of fan breakdown.
It's just because Arizona has it's all transplants, and then there's a lot of people that have moved that have lived in Michigan that now live in Arizona. Just Arizona.
Well, it's an easy flight. It's a fun place to visit. It's a destination, and they suck, so tickets are cheap.
Yeah.
Snowbirds.
All right, we got the bye week next. Who's gonna make the dad joke about the Lions losing to the bye?
You're the dad, JD. You're the only dad. You're the only dad here.
Yeah, that's a classic. All right, Green Bay. This is me.
This one is personal to me.
Tim, you take this.
All right. Well, listen here, you Scotties. Listen here, you cheeseheads. I didn't like what you did to us last year. It was embarrassing. We're a real team. All of a sudden, you sign Micah Parsons, and you're a championship contender. Oh, you host the draft, Matthew Golden. Oh, he's going to bring you back to the Super Bowl. You know what you haven't done, Packers, in a long time? Anything. You're a fraudulent team. I've been nice. I've been nice to you all. But guess what, Packers? I'm joking. It'll be a tight game. It's going to be a close one. It's a hard game, man. Although Green Bay right now we're 4-1, and I'm trying to just focus on this week. I think we steal a close one. I think this is where we finally get tested, maybe overtime, because they're probably, besides Buffalo, toughest team we played so far in the season by far. But I don't see how they've improved much. And I talk a lot of Packers with them. Right?
They don't have the ability to. They traded away up. They traded away a first-round pick and don't have any cap space.
Right. So I'm gonna put my faith in the line to make Micah not as much of a problem as he can be, and I think we win 34-31 in overtime.
Do we expect Micah to be back this game?
That was JD. Wow, you stole the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say this is the week to start watching for one, a Brian Branch return for the Lions, and two, Micah Parsons. We'll see. That's going to be something we'll kind of start to see the tea leaves and reports coming out in training camp as to what their status is. But both of them very much up in the air, and those are two just pivotal pieces for each team in their defense, right? So keep all eyes on Micah Parsons' status and Brian Branch's status.
5-1.
5-1. I love it, Tim. I would not have. I can't predict a loss against the Packers either. So. We're in lockstep.
It's revenge. It's a revenge from Thanksgiving last year, right? So, then we'll move on to another divisional foe. JD, you are up with the Vikings.
Well, Tim just pinch hit for me, and these Vikings games are more special to you, Scott. So I think you need to take.
Well, I want to save. Let me save for the second one. Let me save.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I have to respect the Vikings just the way, kind of like the Bucks, who we'll get to in a little bit. Like the Vikings always just play us tough, and it's knowing your rivals, knowing your division foes. Flores is a really good coach, and always seems to have some good schemes against us. Or he did last year at least. So this will be an interesting chess match between Petzing and Flores for the first time. Who knows what their quarterback situation will be? I know Kyler Murray. I saw Bart Scott on like Get Up or some bullshit was saying that he thinks Kyler Murray is going to be the best quarterback in the NFC North this year, which is hilarious. So do we get
asinine? It's an asinine take.
Do we get Kyler? Do we get 9? I have to respect the Vikings for what they did to us last year. However, similar to the Packers, I can't pick us to lose a home game to the Vikings.
That's
So
a dub.
I'm gonna say it's a dub. I think it's gonna be tight. Another one that might come down to the final possession, but we win. We're 6-1 with 2 divisional wins under the belt.
6-1.
Wow.
I was waiting for Tim to play the music again. The
The
Lions
Lions
won
won
again.
again.
There we go.
There it is.
All right.
Scotty
Well,
at Miami.
cue it up again, Tim. We're gonna move to 7-1. Play it.
You know the Lions won again.
If Arizona's the worst team in the league, Miami is the second worst team in the league. You can argue either way, which or war. That's 31-32 right there. A little spooky playing them on the road. The only reason why I say that, not to do with like a home field advantage or like a stadium atmosphere type thing, because that stadium's like it's a joke. Just like, do the guys go down to Miami and like get a little distracted? There's clubs and stuff going on. Hopefully not. I think that I think that Campbell in the locker room they go there on a mission, but you never know. So that's my only thing. But Miami's terrible. This is like a full rebuild there, and it's another.
Who's their quarterback? Is it
Malik?
Is it still Tua?
Malik
Willis.
Willis.
Willis. That's right.
It was. They've got the full lefty thing going on in Atlanta now. They've got Penix and Tua up in Atlanta, so that's something that
right.
we'll talk about them. We'll talk about them in a few minutes here, but it's another easy win. We'll coast to it. It's a 17-point win for the good guys.
Let's go. 7-1.
7-1.
Yeah.
Off to Munich.
We're giving it to the right guy. This is your
Tag.
be there on site. 7-1 heading into Munich.
Off to Munich. Definitely one of the tougher games on the schedule from an competitive X's and O's standpoint. All signs are pointing to AJ Brown being a New England Patriot this fall, which
and all signs are pointing to Mike Vrabel fathering Diana Rossini's children.
You said it.
And Antonio Brown is going to be a special consultant.
Clip that and put that up on a short. So we're going to Germany, and let's not forget this is Amon-Ra St. Brown homecoming. I do expect a really good Lions contingent. I think this has been something that a lot of Lions fans have been saving for. I feel like we've known unofficially for years that this was going to happen at some point. The Lions were going to play in Germany. They've been teasing it, and it's happening. So definitely feel like we're going to have a good crowd. As mentioned, I'll be there with the Borio Bros. Another game where I just can't predict us to lose. So I'm not going to. I'm going to say we're going to win. But this New England defense is really legit. I think this could be an ugly game because of that, and just the fact that you're flying overseas. It's a weird. You're playing at 9:30 a.m. your time. It's just weird. You're playing in Germany. It's weird. So I think it could be ugly, but I'm not coming home from Munich with anything other than a win.
The Lions won again.
So we're 8-1.
8-1. I want to bring one thing up about that game that I actually find, and I think there's data behind it being legitimate, is I hope that the Lions fly out like directly from Miami to Germany and stay the whole week there, get their body clocks adjusted. There's a bunch of data that teams that go out late, let's say they fly out on Thursday or Friday ahead of that game, the teams that fly early and get there are like way better straight up against the spread, all that stuff. So I just bring that up right now. If you're a betting person, if New England flies out Monday and the Lions linger and stay back until Thursday or Friday, maybe bet New England. But tides turn if it's the Lions that fly out first. It's a huge thing. I hope that the Lions have taken that. I don't. Rod Wood will probably run his fucking trap about it at some point and say something stupid again. When does he fucking retire? He's supposed to retire, but he keeps like he's never been more outspoken in this last like 2-month stretch.
He's going out with a bang, Scott.
It's absolutely obnoxious. So
one NFL international game gripe, dude. The Texans and the Jags are playing an international game this year. That is
divisional game.
A divisional game. In I think London, because that's just where the Jags do. Okay. Like they have like 2 games, and they're going to be the London Jaguars at some point. Divisional game in London is so ridiculous. Like that should not happen. But we don't.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
We don't have to worry
about
it.
It's a bummer. But I think that's just more that supports your thing. It's like that's just more like fuel to like the Jag. They are really trying to get the Jags comfortable. Jaguars comfortable being in London.
That's what GPT.
Is that St. Brown?
That's GPT St. Brown wearing lederhosen.
Okay.
I'm gonna find that guy.
That's our knockoff. That's our knockoff of Monroe.
I wonder if there will be any. I wonder if there will be any like lingering Oktoberfest stuff. I mean, it's mid-November, so it's kind of that awkward. It's like between Oktoberfest and Christmas, I guess.
I think isn't Oktoberfest like technically like late September too? Isn't it like? I think it's like not even.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But people, Amon Ra fluent in German, so he'll be able to at least maybe teach some of the guys. Get the he'll like sit down the O linemen and like teach them certain phrases. Do a little like mentorship, a little tutoring, German tutoring. And
it's Fox. They'll be wearing piggy lawn stockings and dancing around.
Yeah, I can see like Blake Miller and Tate Ratledge just like really like paying attention, really getting into it. The right side of the O line is just locked in on their German. So moving on. Sunday, November 22nd, we come home following the Germany trip. Tampa Bay is coming off of their bye, as we previously alluded to. Kind of hate that Tampa Bay comes off the rest. JD had mentioned Todd Bowles for whatever reason. Just the Bucs play us tough. But again, it's at Ford Field. I think Baker took a pretty pronounced step back last year. And I think the loss of Mike Evans is massive. Mike Evans is so good. So you look at his career, I don't know, and this is a kind of a tangent, but I want to give Mike Evans his flowers. That dude has been so good for the last 12, 13 years. Maybe he was never like a top 5 receiver in the league at a given moment, but he was always top 12. And he's a touchdown maker. Mike Evans is a touchdown maker. So that loss is massive for the Bucs. I think that gives us an advantage. Branch should be back by this point. I think the earliest he's back is Green Bay week 7. The latest he's back, I think, is post Germany. I think this is the game that we have Branch for at the latest. We're going to win this one. The Bucs, I don't buy Todd Bowles. I think he's a bad coach, although he does scheme up some things good defensively. They have a bad offensive coordinator. They hired Zach Robinson from the Falcons, who is trash. So, guys, Tim, the music.
You know the Lions won again.
That's
are we 9-1?
9-1.
We got to lose a game.
We're 9.
We did. We already did. We lost to Carolina. It was heartbreaking. We should be undefeated right now.
We're 9-1. So now we've got Thanksgiving at home against the Bears.
Oh, man, the anticipation.
Spooky. We don't have Matt Eberflus on the helm trying to like do some bullshit with the clock. We've got an actual sharp guy as coach for them. So
and I do think the Bears are good. I don't think they're as good as what last year was in terms of record, and I do think they're due for some regression. Man, this is tough though. I mean, looking at the Germany trip, a tough battle against the Bucs to then just turn around and play the Bears on Thanksgiving. We've had a tough go Thanksgiving as of late. I believe our Bears win a couple years ago has been the only win in maybe 7 or 8 years. But I cannot pick us to lose against the Bears, so I'm taking a dub. We're 10-1.
The Lions won again.
We're 10-1, baby.
I hope this. I mean, I'm into it. I think it's possible. Look, I mean, this is a team. We got to be peaking, man. You get Brian Branch and Kirby back. I know I'm a hopeful guy, but why not? Why not 10-1?
Scott, we're 10-1. We're beating the Bears on Thanksgiving.
Sorry, I
I'll
had
go and say
to
we
step
lose
away.
to Atlanta.
I had to step away to take a quick piss. I had a few beers on the Princeton camp, not campus, but right off campus.
Wow.
Some great bar scene in Princeton, by the way.
Clap it up. Clap it up for Scott.
Couple beers, couple Tuesday night beers.
Hit
Well
the
done.
frat houses
Some
after
some
the pod.
colleagues.
Maybe you could go network at the frats, like say, hey, I do this really cool Lions podcast. You guys want to drink?
Yeah. So we're
All right, we're heading south.
10-1.
The dirty South, 10-1.
Dirty South, the Atlanta Falcons. Kevin Stefanski, I actually do buy as like an actual decent coach. I think this is going to be a tougher game, although I don't view their home field advantage as anything spectacular, and I also view their quarterback situation, which is the most important thing on the football field, as suspect at best. Penix, Tua, they're both lefties. That's just sketchy. Even though I am a lefty myself, it's just that's not a natural position. Any other thing, it's a pitcher in baseball. Lionel Messi in soccer, just a beautiful lefty
Boxer,
strike.
southpaw
Shout out World Cup. Shout out World Cup coming up here soon. But shit, man, am I really going to move us to 11-1? I think I have to. It's going to be a tougher game. I think they have a good defense, a good pass rush, although they do have their first-round pick from last year that they traded a future first-round pick that went to the Rams that turned into the quarterback. What's his freaking name? Why am I blanking on it? Alabama. Who did they just draft?
Oh, Ty Simpson.
Yeah, the Ty Simpson pick was the Falcons pick for James Pierce, who went on a drunken rampage, or I don't know if it was drunken, but he went on a domestic violence rampage. We don't know if he's playing, but they do have a decent defense. So that's one thing.
And they have Bijan.
And they have Bijan. I don't know how to. He said it's Bijan, but it's a win. So it's a win. It's like the thing where they show like a Lamborghini in front of like a mobile home. That's Bijan on the Atlanta Falcons, right?
The Lions won again.
They have a pretty good O-line too, but yeah, I like it.
I'm saying a loss.
So we're what, 11? Are we 11 and a half and 1.5?
No, we're 11-1.
Should I? I'll break the tie.
What do you say?
I think this is an L.
It's a letdown game coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
how many times have we just seen a running back light us up before in the past? And our D-line is not even perfect yet. Bijan Robinson, no offense, Jameer, is the best running back in the league. I'm not as much of a ball knower as you guys, but I support my fantasy guys. Bijan, I think I mentioned this, led me to a title. He is nasty, and that team got better throughout the year. I know they're totally an imperfect team, but I can see we're going to get tired. Dan Campbell needs us to lose a shitty game so he can be like, what happened, guys?
And this is the time to lose that shitty game right before the home stretch to like kind of get things right, refocus. I just got prediction mobbed. I gave a nice prediction of a win, and then you guys just came in and prediction mobbed.
Wow.
So,
well,
11
let's remember this. Let's check
10-2.
December 6th. December 6th, we're going to replay this clip and see if the prediction mod came true.
Prediction mob.
And then a nice game against the Titans. Actually, Cam Ward, I'm pretty bought into him. I think he's an absolute dog. Titans have done some decent things this offseason too. I think they're going to be better, but coming off that Atlanta loss, we're not losing at home to the Titans. It's just not going to happen. Shout out Aubrey, big Titans fan. I think he's the only Titans fan I know, actually. So
Andrew
sorry.
Gould.
Oh, that's right, Gould. Yep, Andrew Gould is a Titans fan too. But this is going to be a win. 11-2. We're back on track.
I see that game being. That's funny enough. I was looking at those two, the Atlanta and Tennessee games. I see Tennessee being actually harder. I think Cam Ward takes a big step forward. I just looking at it purely at like a quarterback situation standpoint, I'm so much more threatened and scared by Cam Ward than I am.
Yeah.
That's I get it. Like Atlanta's on the road, Tennessee's at home. But Cam Ward scares me. I think he takes a big jump. He's really good. Like Cam Ward's good.
He's a dog. All right, Scotty, this is your game.
This is my game. Sunday, December 20th, we travel to US Bank Stadium. Not confirmed. I don't have anything booked yet, but I do plan on being at this game with my father, esteemed, Vikings fan, as we know. Part of the reason why, the reason why I was a kind of a hedge my bets Vikings fan as a kid growing up. I haven't been to US Bank Stadium yet. I've driven past it while visiting my family in Minnesota, but I've never been to a game there. I think this is the time to do it. It's a great time of year. Go visit my family out there, cousins, grandma, aunt, uncle, all that stuff. So I think this is a game where, and I actually want to dive into the Vikings a little bit here. Last year was the first time we had faced Flores without Frank Ragnow and Ben Johnson, right? And it did not look good. Both of those games were two of the worst offensive performances we've put together in this regime, right? And until we prove that we can figure it out and play it right, and I think Kevin O'Connell is a really good coach. I think they've reinvested a little bit into the O-line. Justin Jefferson is right there in the top 4 receivers in the league in terms of talent. Jordan Addison's very good as well. They got our boy Hawk. I think their offense is competent again this year. They don't have 9. It's going to be Kyler. If he's healthy, it's going to be Kyler. 9's terrible. 9's a very, very bad quarterback. Sorry, Weiss. Sorry, Wolvies. But
don't forget Plotnick.
Yeah, there we go. I think the game's tough. I'll predict an L. I think my dad comes out victorious in this matchup. We're back in his homeland, back in the Great Lakes. That's not the Great Lakes. The land of 1,000 lakes. That's the moniker.
10,000, I think.
10,000. Yeah, that's it. It's 10,000. So back in Minnesota, it's a loss. We'll hit up the Mall of America after. I'll get some solid.
You and your dad should dress up as Santa and an elf.
Yeah. I'll go for a ride on one of those roller coasters as a solace for my loss. Maybe buy some shit from they have 4 Lids stores in the Mall of America. It's pretty lit. So I'll go ape shit there, go ape shit at Lids. And then it's a loss though. We'll tuck my tail between my legs and fly back to Detroit for Christmas with a loss.
So we're 11-3.
Yep. 11-3 is right.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a really tough game, just on the road at night in Minnesota. Minnesota's such a tough place to play, and as it is, and they'll be charged up. And you got to think they're gonna be, right there for a wild card at least in the mix, right? 7 wins, 8 wins.
They'll be contending for something. They'll be fighting for their lives. This is their last stand.
They won't they will not be eliminated from the playoffs.
No. I think O'Connell I respect O'Connell so much. For what he did last year is such a testament. Dude, JJ McCarthy is fucking ass. Hot ass. And he led them to
clip that.
He led them to a solid season.
He is ass.
And I forgot to mention it's a night game, and I'm just excited to see US Bank Stadium. I've heard nothing but amazing things about that stadium. I've heard it's just a really cool atmosphere, just an awesome time. So excited to see it. I will, come back on the show in future episodes and let you know when it's a confirmed trip.
Hey JJ, how's meditating in the end zone working for you? Are you visualizing how shitty you are? That was a burn.
I still have
That was-
nightmares about that line,
That
that
was a zinger.
Vikings game last year at Ford Field. That was awful.
Dude, that meme was from the Ford Field locker room.
Yeah.
The one of him in the locker room with like the weird, like deranged look on his face. Like,
Yeah.
We allowed that meme to happen.
We did.
All right,
right.
JD, take us to New York.
Monday night.
night, Ford Field. Monday night at Ford Field is just a special. Ford Field just rocks in general.
Scotty and I saw a Giants Monday Night Football game at Ford Field, but it was not against the Lions.
Vikings, right?
Yes, we did.
The
Yeah.
Metrodome roof collapsed, and they
Great memory, man.
Yep.
Great memory. That's for the pod. Just a little lore for the pod.
That's legendary. I did that with when the Bills played at Ford Field with
Cool.
Jasper and I want to say Clay Reed and maybe someone else.
Peter, I think Peter was there.
Pete, yeah, that was fun. I can't remember who they played, but anyway, we got the Giants Monday night at Ford Field. I'm really bullish on the Giants this year. I think Jackson Dart is like Cam Ward is like, I think he's legit. Love Scattaboo. I love the Giants draft this year, and you're getting Neighbors back. They already have a pretty nasty D line as it is. They traded Dexter Lawrence, but still have Thibodeau as of right now. They got Burns, they got Abdul Carter, and now they have John Harbaugh coaching. Scott, you mentioned before we recorded, their OC is Matt Nagy, which he might not be the OC at this point in the season. So I really like the Giants. I totally think they could be a worst to first candidate. Like I could see them winning the NFC East. I could see it. But we're coming off an L. We're back home. We're back in the den. We're 11-3 at this point, so hopefully we're in the mix for a 1 seed, and we need this win, and we get the win. We win this game. We're 12-3. We're back on track, and then we have a big showdown, week 17 at Soldier Field. Scotty.
The Lions won again.
Sorry, Lions won again. Scotty.
Take it away. Yeah, we go to Chicago. I believe the record at this point would be what, 13-2? No, 12-3.
We are 12-3. Yes.
12-3. Going to Chicago. We beat them on Thanksgiving. At this point, they may be on quit watch because we see that they have one of the hardest schedules in the league, a first place schedule. The turnover monster doesn't benefit them this year. They have some tough regression. I think Caleb Williams starts doing some stuff with his fingernails that, certain people may like, may dislike. That's your own opinion. I'll leave that to you, your prerogative. I think things they may crash out a little bit. I think Gen Z Caleb ends up kind of just maybe losing a little bit of his luster. And when times get tough, Caleb just disappears. And I think the team may be on quit watch. They may have been already eliminated. And we go into Soldier Field. We don't lose to Ben Johnson. We don't lose to the Chicago Bears. We go in there to Soldier Field, reminiscent of not just last year, but the year before. One of my fondest memories was the weekend. It was the weekend before Christmas. That game with the long J-Mo touchdown, that bomb to J-Mo. That was such a fun game. Watching that, I was up north. Great family trip. I was up in Petoskey watching that, and I think we're gonna have a similar game of that scope where it's just a relatively clean and easy. We go in there again. They're on quit watch. Tyson Bagent maybe behind the
kind of like I mean last year the game, like it was relevant for us, but we went in there and it was kind of like ho hum.
Yeah, it wasn't that stressful. Like we almost gave it up at the end, but like we were in control for the majority of it, if I recall correctly. Right?
Yeah, we were. I don't even think we did get close to giving it up at the end.
Right. Yeah, it's a win. Until I see a loss to the Chicago Bears and Ben Johnson, I'll until I see it happen, I won't predict it. So it's a win.
That'd be amazing.
Play the music.
All right. Lions won again.
You know the Lions won again.
13-3.
The Lions won again.
13-3. The division is clinched. The division is clinched.
13
So
and
can
3.
I take this last one?
Yes.
Go ahead,
Yes.
JD.
No. This is you, Tim.
Oh, well, it's a loss because none of our starters are playing, and we've already clinched the division. 13-4 going to the playoffs.
Can I add to that? This game, we are going to see so much growth from Dan Campbell because we've clinched the division, and there's going to be some scenario where if we win, we could still get the 1 seed, but we know we have the division. If we lose, we're no less than the 2. And Dan rests the starters.
Well, if the 1 seed's still in grasp, like we got to play the starters.
You think?
Yeah, of course. It's the 1 seed's like the 1 seed in the NFL is like the biggest advantage, especially now that they've expanded the playoffs. The 1 seed getting a first round bye.
I feel like someone recently, like, I swear it was like the Rams. Like they rested all their guys, or the Niners or someone. Like they conceded a shot. It was like a long shot at the 1. They needed like a bunch of other stuff to have. So let me rephrase that. There's a slim opportunity at the 1 seed. It's a long shot. It's still viable, but it's a long shot. Dan, rest the guys. No injury risk. Cold Lambeau. The Packers need to win to sneak into the playoffs.
Okay. Question.
That's my take.
I know this may be going. We can perhaps save this for future episodes, but just because it's relevant to what you just brought up, who's the team that has the 1 seed in their grasp right now that we would have the slim chance to maybe catch?
I'm gonna say the Rams.
I agree with that. I think that's the right answer. I think the Eagles aren't going to be that good this year. I think the NFC East is a bit like murky, like a little mucky. I think all those teams kind of like the Commanders won't be that bad. The Cowboys will be the Cowboys. The Giants, as you mentioned, will be a potential like worst to first candidate. I think the Eagles take a step back. So yeah, I think the Rams make sense. No one from the NFC South will be in that hunt. So okay.
I think the Commanders will be better too. Like that they had a weird year, but
yeah.
I think it's Rams. I think it's us, Rams, Giants.
You're really big on the Giants, man. Dude, Matt Nagy's their offensive coordinator.
There's always one team that comes out of nowhere. This is my team.
Okay, that's your team.
All right, so we lose because we're playing all of our bench guys. We're 13-4. We are division champs again. The crown is back in the North, and we're hosting a playoff game, at least one.
If you are any bettors in this, in our viewers, I guess bet the over 10.5 wins. That's the line right now. We're smashing it. We're smashing
it.
Also, the New York Giants 7.5. JD also vouches for you to vouch to hammer that over.
Could you parlay those 2 overs?
I believe you can. I don't know. Every sportsbook offers a parlay in that regard. I think that you can. I mean, the sportsbook love parlays because they're very dumb for the consumer. They're good for the sportsbook. So I assume they would allow you.
It's the only way I bet, man. Dumb.
All right, so 13-4. I like it, boys. Let's close out with a question from our sweet
Nick
Resnick, one of our favorites.
Shout out Mr. M. Sandy. Shout out Mr. M. Sandy for that nickname, man, in an 8th grade math class.
Oh, wow. Wait, what was that math teacher's name? Sandy?
Mr. M. Sandy.
Holy cow, dude. Yeah, I haven't thought about that guy. Holy cow.
He had a good
Nick.
Yeah, wow.
Mr. M. Sandy making it on the pod.
Dude, that just blew my mind. Holy
Derby Middle
crap.
School. Hope he's doing well.
Derby, yeah, happiest years of my life. Not yet to come, but and they're happy now. But Derby was great. All right, hey Nick. Nick wants to know what type of team poses a really bad matchup for Lions this year. Which type of team is a great matchup? Offense and defense. And he says thanks.
Wow.
You're welcome, Nick.
Classy.
I'll start off with the bad matchup because again, I'm the negative guy. JD's Mr. Happy Boy. I'm the complainer. The bad matchup is the Bills. I think just for main reason that we've seen that offense just slice us up and we had no answer for it. And until I see something different. I know the team we were playing guys off the street, like I think we had Blitz Boy, Jamal Adams starting.
Quan Alexander.
I know the team was decimated, but we're going to be decimated going into that game. Brian Branch will not be back.
Yeah.
The Bills are the answer. I think that's going to be a really tough game. I think Josh Allen has his way with us. I don't understand. Unless Kelvin Shepard, hey, Aaron Glenn was the defensive coordinator then. Maybe Kelvin Shepard has something up his sleeve that changes it up and we can figure it out. But my answer is Buffalo. I think that's just their offense is really, really, really good. Dynamic. Josh Allen is an alien. So that's my answer.
I'm gonna go a little different direction. The question, what type of team poses a bad matchup? So I'm not gonna say a specific team on the schedule, but I'm just gonna go with a mobile quarterback because that and that's obviously Josh Allen and a couple other guys on the schedule. But we just until we can like prove as a defense that we can stop mobile quarterbacks, and I have no reason to believe that's not going to be the toughest matchup. And that's going to be a tough matchup for most NFL teams. You know, mobile QBs are difficult to cover. But that type of offense for the Lions for as long as we've been fans has just been we cannot defend mobile QBs.
I think that plays into your Giants love. Jackson Dart is definitely one of the more mobile quarterbacks we'll play this year. But I think this is a huge opportunity to show Jack Campbell's step up as a premier linebacker in this league, which he just showed. He was a small pro last year. And look what we just did against Lamar in the week 4 game, Monday night game, where we sacked him 7 times. So maybe there is something there with Kelvin and a healthy defense. So we'll see. But historically and for the majority of the past 5 years, those types of teams have definitely given us struggles. So
and then I'll say too, defensively, where we saw the Lions really struggle a lot last year was that pressure up the middle, not being able to handle that. And hopefully, Cade Mays helps a lot with that this season. But Jared struggles with that mightily. And I've said it before on this pod a couple episodes ago. If Jared has an ability to get out of some stuff, if he can see it, and if he has like a second, if it's right up the gut and it's immediate, that he can't get out of it.
That goes hand in hand with that Carolina prediction. The best defensive tackle that you don't know about, that the name doesn't get brought up enough, is Derek Brown. He's a stud. Yeah. He's number 95. He's going to blow up the game unless Cade Mays is up to the challenge.
He was linked to us in that draft, whatever draft class he was. I can't remember who we took instead, but I know he was. Was that the Sewell class?
Yes. 2021.
So I'm happy.
He was the 2020 draft.
So that was. Oh, that was Hutch, right?
No.
Was that
Okuda?
Sewell?
Jeff Okuda.
That was it. Okuda. Yep.
All right. Hey guys, can we talk about Jeff Okuda on the next podcast?
Yeah, let's try to get him on.
What is he doing? Buckeye, right?
I fully agree. A really tough defensive tackle team. I think the Patriots are really another good example of that. They've got Milton Williams in the middle there. He can wreak havoc. So yeah, but let's look at the second half of that question too. Which type of team is a great matchup? JD, what do you think, happy boy?
Well, I'm gonna go a little outside the box. This last year does not support this. You already hit on it, Scott. The Flores kind of domination last year, but previously when we had Ragnow and Ben Johnson, who we don't anymore, so I actually don't know if this is the best answer, but Goff tore that matchup up for a good 5 or 6 games in a row, and Flores is a heavy blitzer. So I was gonna say teams that blitz a lot, I think actually is a good matchup for us. You know, a Saint just with our matchups, Saint Gibbs on those angle routes, Laporta, like you give Jared a second to process it and find one of those 3 guys. I like that a lot.
And if you have like JMO on a shallow crosser against someone who's
Yeah.
much faster than where it's one-on-one, like, yeah, I like that answer. I think that just boils down to Jared Goff being a really like sturdy veteran quarterback that you can really trust. And I think we've established this in previous episodes that we fully back Jared Goff as that. So I agree. I think it comes down to the O-line though. I think without the O-line being there, but look what Jared Goff just did last year in terms of his touchdown to interception ratio. What was it, like 32-5? I don't know the exact number, but
he had a really good year, man.
He had a great year despite a lot of
Yeah.
challenging, outside situations going on there. So, and one thing I wanted to circle back to what we were talking about in terms of struggling with mobile quarterbacks, playing a lot of man-to-man defense leads to that because your defenders, whether it's safeties, linebackers, corners, playing man coverage, they turn their back because they're just fully focused on the man they're covering.
Yeah.
And that allows for a quarterback to slip out. And it's, let's say there's only one, maybe a spy or whoever, the defenders that are maybe sitting in zone kind of staring at the quarterback in front of them can collapse. Whereas in man, their eyes aren't there. The eyes are focused on the man they're covering. So teams that run heavy man-to-man schemes often give up a lot more quarterback rushing yards, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
the Lions run a lot of man-to-man. They have, at least historically. We'll see what Kelvin Shepard brings up this year. Nick, thanks for the question. Thanks for saying thanks. You're welcome. And I think we want to riff about the Pistons and a little bit, maybe a little Tigers, and we'll call it a night here.
I'll make this quick on Pistons, and I'm gonna maybe surprise some of the sad, frustrated, and angry Pistons fans, like PMAC. What's up, man? Good season. We got 14 extra games. This team, actually, Gary said something great to me. Our rebuild's done. We're in our window. We went from 14 wins to a really competitive semifinal. It sucked, man. It sucked watching that game. My girlfriend watched me watch the game, and she goes, "Turn it off. Go to bed." Because I was just staring at my iPad like that. It was ugly. But
Yeah.
my young team, if you want young team, I think we'll get better. I'm hopeful for the future. Great season.
I was at Game 7 with our boy Peter Redabaugh, big Lions fan too, and my college buddy Jordan Yono. Shout out Yono. And it was so sad. It was so bad. I think 2 things can be true about the Pistons. It was an improvement, obviously, 14 to 44 to 60. Improvement on the season. I think they overachieved tremendously. No one expected them to be the 1 seed, which I think also makes the second round exit more disappointing. But all that can be true, and we can also be disappointed and unsatisfied with how the season ended. And I'm totally teeing this up for Scott to take us home here, but the general managers in Detroit and their lack of willingness to make a move at the deadline that's significant to help propel a team. Like I don't even know what the right move would have been, and I don't know if would have been possible for the Pistons to make that move. But this year was so wide open in terms of getting to the finals. I don't think they're one piece away from beating Wemby or OKC. But to get to the finals, you at least give yourself a chance. That obviously didn't happen when everybody who watched this team knew what the flaws were, and they're pretty significant flaws. So I really loved this team a lot. I really enjoyed watching them play. Love the just kind of tenacity and the way that they got after it. But I'm also relearning how different regular season NBA is versus playoff NBA. It's two totally different animals. So good job getting better, but bad taste in the mouth from that defeat.
Yeah, I like what you brought up and about the Detroit sports landscape as a whole, all four teams, where the city's been downtrodden for so long, where the Lions are the Lions. They have the history of just being in the gutter. The Tigers had a really prolonged stretch of being one of the worst teams in the league. The Pistons just literally went through a decade and a half of just being futile. And the Red Wings are the longest. What are they? They now have the longest playoff drought in the NHL, which is crazy to think about. So these GMs, I think right now it's like the city is just like, we'll accept being a lot of, at least some, and I won't say we, but I say like a lot of fans will just accept like, hey, we made the playoffs. We made it past the first round and went to the second round and really competitive game 7. Yippee. Where it almost like allows these GMs and these decision makers to not push chips in, because it's like, okay, look, if we're just good, that's going to satisfy enough people, which is bullshit, because the ultimate goal in sports is to finish at the top, to be an outlier, to go all the way to finish first. If you ain't first, you're last. Like, I think that's a moniker that most teams should adopt, where it's like you are looking for
Ricky Bobby.
Yes. You're seeking a true outlier performance, a finishing at the full high end of a spectrum. And if you don't finish at that number one spot, it's a failure. And I wish that's where the decision makers and the GMs, the people in the front office were more cognizant of, like, we don't want to just build a sustainable, decent, hey, we're going to sustainably be good. Like, no, go for one great season, sell out for it, win it, and deal with the ramifications later. Ramifications, it's funny, it's a great pun. The Rams ramification, they had the whole like fuck them picks thing. They went to a Super Bowl and everyone said, wow, and they won the Super Bowl, obviously. Wow, they're going to be terrible. They have no first round picks, no assets. They're good again. We just predicted them to be the potential 1 seed this year.
Yeah.
And I think that's a perfect microcosm of, you can sell out, push all these chips in, win a championship, and pick up the pieces later and be fine.
I said my only non-negotiables, keep Oster Thompson and Cade. As far as I care, everybody else is on the market.
I was going to ask Tim, where do you go from here? Like, what do you do?
get better. Obviously, we're not good.
Well, yeah,
enough
I know.
yet.
But
We
like,
gotta
yeah,
have. Wait. I want to bring up I kind of just went off on a kind of a more like just high level Detroit sports thing. I want to talk specifically Pistons and pose a question to Tim, JD, whoever wants to answer it. Jalen Duren is not a serious number two. Like that's not a championship caliber team number two, dude. That was the most unimpressive thing I've seen in multiple games. He's lazy. It's an embarrassment. Like, even if he's effective, in that role of being a big that can't shoot. That's that's like not in this day and age in the NBA. That's not a number 2, even if he is out there trying and succeeding. And he couldn't. When the light shined the brightest, he couldn't do it.
You basically like were at times when him and Thompson were on the court, you're 3-on-5 on offense.
How many offensive rebounds we were giving up in both series versus Orlando and Cleveland? That's on him. Like you cannot allow that.
And then it forces Cade to have to do everything and be perfect. Pains me to say it, but James Harden would be so perfect on our team. So perfect from ball handling, shot creation, taking a load off Cade, a threat, can shoot. Like, I hate the way he plays basketball, but his effectiveness in that, like, he's really good at getting points.
Oh, what about Booker?
Oh my God, I love Booker.
Of course, he'd be great.
Can he stop doing the cosplaying as like this big Detroit guy? Like he's like, oh, like I wish I could have gone to Michigan State, but I just had to go to Kentucky with Coach Cal, and he's repping the Tigers and the Lions and the Red Wings. Be about it, dude. Then ask for a trade to Detroit.
He's from Grand Rapids.
I'm fucking dude. I'm telling you, he's a fucking phony. He's a fucking phony. His whole Detroit thing is an act. I hate it. Oh, wow. My heart was with Michigan State. If I wouldn't have gone to Kentucky with Coach Cal, I would have been a Spartan for sure. He's repping the fucking Tigers and Red Wings and not the Pistons, but the Lions. Then ask for a trade. Then ask for a trade to the Pistons if you love it so much, dude.
So this is the question. Do you think the Pistons make a big blockbuster trade, or do you think they try to piece this together with Cade, Asar, JD, and then like some complementary pieces?
They just did that. It didn't work.
That wasn't the question.
I think Trajan Langdon is a really smart GM. And what I thought, I was like, I'm not going to talk shit about these players. It was a disappointing performance, right? They're still a super young team. I think Cade's going to get better. And Cade's really good, you know.
I think Duran can get better too. The problem is when
he's very young. He's very young.
He did get better.
He's so young, and like same with Thompson. Like Thompson is going to get better offensively. He has to. But can you like risk having those two on the court together?
I think biggest needs, you need a scorer and automatic, like a Harden type, 20 a night is going to produce. There's not going to be a lull when Cade comes out the game. And then you need some like actual muscle. Like, didn't it feel like we were just patching lineups together? You know, we're just hanging on by a thread in the paint versus Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. We didn't stand a chance in the paint. You know, Max Strus is out there destroying us in the paint.
Oh, my God, dude. Strus. Like, talk about another guy who you'd love to have on your team, but hate playing against them. Like, dude was an absolute baller. The Cavs are put together nicely. And the last thing I'll say, I gotta go happy boy to end it, obviously. The Cavs were in the exact same spot that we were in last year. 1 seed, kind of out of nowhere, probably overachieved, bounced in the second round. What did they do? They made the big move, and it's paying off for them. Although they just blew it. The Knicks came back.
Oh, did they? Oh.
Yeah. The
Knicks won in overtime. The Knicks won in overtime.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson's the best playoff player in the league.
Brunson is really good. But yeah, I think you can look at the Cavs directly as a team that did it their way, and they're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're built like that team is built nicely. I really like how the Cavs are put together. Like you got to find a guy like Merrill who can just knock down threes. You find a guy like Strus. You like Schroeder. Like they're good, man.
We need true
really,
three
yeah.
and we need true 3-and-D guys. We have the 3 with Duncan, you have the D with Hesser, but you don't have like the player that
Yeah.
can provide both. I'm like, where was Ron Holland?
Didn't even play. Hart didn't play at all.
Right, but like, why? Like, I don't get
Because
that.
JB was trying out new lineups in elimination games. No, I
Right.
love JB, but I mean, I don't know. I happy boyed myself out of the misery, and I'm falling back into the misery.
No,
Well, I think we can. I think this off season, like just like we talked about the Lions as being a pivotal off season, what a massive off season this is for the Pistons, and I think it will be exciting to be a part of the mix. Like I'm already seeing word rumored linked to Kawhi and Lauri Markkanen, and like
no, we don't want Kawhi. We don't want Kawhi.
But these are like these are like I'm not. These are legit. These are like legitimate reports from like guys at the Athletic. So
bring it on. I would
Sure.
love. I'd be dancing in the streets.
Yeah, it's good that they're gonna.
What about Kyrie?
Ooh,
Yes.
I love it. Give me
Yes.
any of those guys. They're all proven star basketball players. That's your
healthy
man.
Kyrie is a stud. Like,
He's just a
Kyrie.
weirdo. But
Cade
like,
needs
whatever.
a guy. Cade needs his guy to be like, you're a star, Cade.
Also, do we think Cade playing more off ball is probably better, right? The turnovers.
He was getting swarmed at half.
Well,
Scott,
I think the turnovers are because he is carrying the ball. I think he needs to be the primary ball handler, but you watch the Cavs like Harden brings the ball up. Like these other teams.
Right, but I'm saying you bring in a guy like bring in a Harden, you bring in a Kyrie.
Yes.
It allows that's what I'm saying. I think Cade is probably better is not the primary ball handler.
Oh, I disagree on that. I think he at this
dude, those turnover, you can't average like 6 turnovers a game throughout the playoff, a 14-game sample in the playoffs.
But I think you can 2 or 3 of those are from him forcing it, being tired from having to take the ball the whole game, and trying to do everything because he doesn't have anybody else.
Yeah, he won't say it, but I'll give him the excuse of 1, the lung, and 2, the supporting cast is so bad. Is just so bad, and it allows the defense to just buckle down. They're doubling him at the top of the key, which is in the NBA you don't do that very often because
dude, game 5 like that we blew game 5 because of that. They doubled Cade with 3 minutes left.
If we want to get more depressing, I'll give a quick little Tigers synopsis. They lost again tonight. I think that's 7 out of 8, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even more. So they're bad. The thing, I was actually having a good conversation with a fellow Tigers fan. Shout out Adam Banchu. Closely watches. He's very closely knit with the team. Closely follows it, and we were texting today. He's like, "What would you do right now if you were Scott Harris? You've lost 7 out of the last 8. You're just starting to fall in the standings, and it's not looking good. The offense can't do anything. The answer in this given moment, what's actionable, is to bring up Max Clark, bring up Max Anderson. Stop playing Zach Short on a nearly everyday basis. Like, the guy is terrible. There's some guys in this lineup, Matt Vierling, Wenceel Perez, that are playing. We're playing at least 2 out of those 3 guys, whether it's Zach Short, Perez, Vierling, who are providing nothing. But I don't know if there's really a way out. The way I think about it is you get Skubal back. Okay, great. That gives you 1 out of every 5 days where you've got the best pitcher on the planet. And other than that, Fromber has not been very good, not consistent. His stuff is downgraded. Jack Flaherty's not good. Casey Mize, solid. The Tigers, I don't feel good about. The bullpen's bad. The bullpen is like bad. The offense.
Everybody was hype about Kenley.
If you didn't have a 21-year-old rookie who's one of the best players in the league already, I can't imagine how much worse it could be if you didn't have McGonagall. So I'm very concerned. Like, my alarm, like, out of his 1 to 10 scale, I'm at like a 9, which for a long time, especially in baseball, it's one of those things you try to just be patient and be like, hey, it's a really long season, 162 games. This team is bad, like certifiably bad. And I could see it being where if this continues, if we go for another like 3 or 4 week stretch of losing, 75% of your games, give or take, somewhere in the, it's going to be a fire sale. I think it's going to be a fire sale, and you trade Glaber, you trade Scooble, you just get what you can for a bunch of these guys. You trade Carpenter,
Kerry Bonds.
Yeah, I know. I love Kerry Bonds, man. But it's Torque. I could see Torque. I see what a team will bid on for him. This needs to, and Scott Harris probably will be on the unemployment line once it comes to it. It's bad.
I'd rather suck in May than September or August. I mean, that's my only.
Man,
Right.
what a freaking bummer though. Like your game 7, like against the Mariners, 15 innings, whatever it was. Like you're that close, and now it's like fire sale. Not even
right, because you have. This is a testament to Scott Harris. I shouldn't testament's the wrong word, but this is
indictment.
An indictment. There we go. I appreciate you. The indictment on Scott Harris is you have a couple injuries: Glaber, Carpenter, Scooble, a couple bullpen pieces, Will Vest, and there's no depth. Like you're calling up Zach Short to play. Like the guy was DFA'd by you 2 years ago. He's nothing. He's a nobody, and the fact that you have this is your organizational depth is this, and this is what the product you're putting.
I thought we had a good farm system.
It's top heavy. We got a few.
Hey guys,
Max Clark, Bryce Rayner, Jose Burseño, who is unfortunately hurt. He'd be a great addition for this team to add some thump, but he's hurt. He had surgery in the spring.
We need some thump, Tim. We need some thump.
He's a slugger, man. Burseño is going to be fun, but
we need some sleep.
We need some sleep. This podcast
is it time.
It's
almost
time,
11:30.
We don't need to go off about the Tigers.
Okay.
I said
good episode. I gotta go to bed. See ya. That was fun.
See you, boys. Good stuff.
Good night, boys.
13-4. Go Lions.
13-4. Go Lions.